Alright everyone, so today's the day after my birthday, so I'm 26 years and 1 day old now. And my birthday was kinda meh. I mean, I wore a skirt and everything, and people still call me he, my relatives. So that was quite annoying to deal with. I mean, I told my grandmother 5 or 6 times yesterday to stop it, but she said yes, and then the next sentence she was at it again. So that was very annoying, and I felt really stressed and uncomfortable, and the trans girl that I had invited, the guests also called her he, so she wasn't very pleased either. And yeah, I was very stressed, so I ate a lot more than I should have. I ate a lot of food, and my stomach got upset. And I had a lot of nightmares, and I sweated all night, and yeah, overall it was not a good experience. I really expected that some of my relatives would understand, but that was not the case, unfortunately. And I mean, I told my grandmother, and she was like, yeah, but you have to give it time. I mean, I've given it 3 months, and you haven't been able to say the right pronoun even once. You haven't tried. You just go he, her, he, her, he, her, and Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy instead of this is my granddaughter. Her name is Jimmy. No. This is like my grandson. Jimmy's name, Jimmy, is Jimmy. And that gets very, very, very annoying. I mean, you can accept people doing mistakes, of course, but when they're not willing to learn from said mistakes, you will get very annoyed. And that's how it is for me. My relatives make the mistakes, but are unwilling to correct their mistakes. I mean, I wore makeup and everything, and there was not a chance in the world that people would outside who knew me would ever say he to me, because I looked very cis yesterday. But nope, not according to my relatives. They were just like, yeah, he. And I just got frustrated and tired and annoyed and sad. But what can you do? What can you do? You can dream a lot of nightmares. That's what you can do. That's what I did. Unfortunately, that's how it was, and I've started to lose hope that things will ever change, because they're not willing to change. And today the LSS team, what's going to help me with cleaning and such in my apartment will arrive. I've already cleaned my apartment, so there's not much for them to help me with, but it's good to have someone who's I know is going to come so that I can clean my apartment. Because otherwise I'm not really good at cleaning. Because I really don't care how my apartment looks. I've never had any guests, so I'm not bothered by it. Oh, I ache just like a woman. Oh, I shake just like a woman. But I break just like a little girl. So I didn't manage to get any voice practice yesterday. Because my birthday celebration wasn't over until almost 8, and I was just so depressed and tired after everything. So I just laid in my bed for 2 hours and doing absolutely nothing. Just feeling depressed and such. Life is full of misery. Everyone must fight alone. Unless you're rich or popular, and things are easy. My life sucks. I hated it. I wish I had a better family. But that's not how it is, and no one cares about me. Everything is shit, and I hate it. I hate my life situation. That's how it is. I have no choice. Family is evil. My mom's a bitch. She took a lot of my money and stole a lot of my things. She is evil. Life is a bitch. What can you do? Cry about it and be depressed, but nothing ever comes out of that reaction. I've been depressed for 4 years. That's how it is. No one gives a shit about it. Things are hard. I fail my studies because I am too depressed to bother. But what can you do about it? So that was some sort of bad cover of Like a Prayer by Madonna. I haven't heard that song in quite a while, but I know it quite well. I don't have a singing voice, as you can hear, but that's not what's the most important, I believe. What's most important here is that my life situation is not good. And when I really try, as I did yesterday, and I get that fucking bad response, I just get so depressed. I attempted so hard. I mean, I couldn't have acted more feminine than I did yesterday. But nope, no one could accept me. It's also hard when people compare you to people who have had more such success in life. I mean, I've lost a couple of years due to depression, or 4 years rather. But people don't seem to understand how bad my depression has been. I just think it's strange that I haven't been able to advance in my medical studies. That's very hard. I mean, I want to finish my studies, of course, but how can I do so when I am so sad all the time? I may not cry a lot, but I'm often very sad. I don't know why, but I really lost the ability to cry after my parents divorced. So I'm just gonna check myself in the mirror when I'll end this video. I might record my voice now, but I think that I'll do it after the people have been here. So I'm just brushing my hair a bit. And farting. I'm farting. You produce a lot of gas if you eat a lot of food. That's just how it is. So I feel rather content now with this video, so bye bye.